And as we're settling the show, and the wiry guy, the promoter, he's going through all the numbers. Okay, here's your catering, here's this, here's that. And as he's settling the show, he pulls out of his back pocket a pistol in a holster. So he goes, "What's your decision?" And I go, well, being that there's a check here, and I'm going to take the check, and I say, we call it a night.
Jim Breuer.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer.
Is that weird?
I mean, your steering wheel's in the way.
Here we go.
Just take the steering wheel off. Dude, you should have sat in the back seat.
All right, I'll do it right now.
Okay, that works.
Let's do it. Hold on. Oh my God, don't film this, dude. Why does this happen to me, dude?
He knows.
Don't tell.
Jim's gonna any second he's gonna start saying shit, and then I'm look at him. Look, I can see the look. Annoyed. All right, let me go in the back seat. Hold on.
We'll make him go back in the front seat.
You think I didn't hear that, Breuer? Make him go back in the front seat. Sorry, buddy. I knew you. Yeah, that's my bro. Oh, that's better. It's like I'm on an Uber or something. Here we go. Jesus. Make him go in the back seat. Make him go in the front seat. Yeah, you go. All right.
Do it by the. Why don't you do it by the trunk?
No, I already did.
Yeah. Put a little
Put the back seats down.
Yeah, make it authentic. Go outside.
Okay.
Go outside. Walk down the street.
I get it, Jim. I'm an easy target. Yeah, sure. I get it. But you know what? My friend likes me. My friends like me. And sure, yeah. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Joe's full-blown ready to go. See, now, this is the energy of us on the road. Like, I don't get this until later in the day. So I kind of feel bad sometimes because I'm not on your level a lot. And then I'm on, sometimes you're not. But this is authentic you at 9 a.m. Dude, okay, blah, blah, we gotta do this. Blah, blah. Oh, quick, right? Well, I got your attention. One quick thing. Okay, all right, look, right here. Oh, dude, I tell you about Nate. Oh my God. Oh wait, Phil, I didn't tell you. Phil, did you see this guy? I haven't even said good morning. This is so.
You know what? You know when you get like this, and I get like you. It's after
late
the
night.
show. Yeah,
always
because
after the show.
You're a late night guy. I'm a, you're like.
No, it's not. No. Take that back. No. It's not being a late night guy. What it is when I'm 100% in my comfort zone and I don't have to work.
Well, can I finish?
But so if I could do that at 2 p.m, I do it in 2 p.m. Like the guy you see late at night is gonna be the guy the next 2 weeks in Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, and that starts at 10 a.m. because I don't have to. But yeah, that's when it happens. When it's me and you, that's when it happens.
I always feel like I don't know, man. The only reason I was going to say that maybe it happens in the evening is because well then that backs your theory because the show's done, you've settled, we got everything handled, everything's put away, and then I feel like your work's done and you kind of you take the foot off the gas, so to say, and then you're way more.
And I don't get stimulated by the industry anymore.
Well, you just don't get stimulated. Like I can tell you, like I always tell people, you're very just calming, in the sense of not that you're not into it. You're just there's nothing that really pushes.
No.
Yeah.
No. It's just like stimulating. What stimulates me is real conversation, real things going on in real life. And although, it's exciting to whatever, it's, hey, we got this many followers and hey, holy crow. Wow, we're number 3 podcast for the first, for a week. We're whatever it is. It's not that I don't care. It's not stimulating. I like human stimulation. The phone, out of that whole last run we had, that last conversation we had is what I'll remember when I'm 80 years old.
Oh yeah.
When I'm 80 years old, me and you're gonna turn to each other and I'm gonna go, Joe, you remember what the hell place was it? Alabama. And we were on the rooftop bar. You
Yeah.
remember what I said to you? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
I remember like it was yesterday. And you say it. But
Yeah.
all
No,
right, quick
those
question for you, Joe.
conversations.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that those conversations are those conversations always take place though. I feel after all the work's done, and I get
Bro,
in the
what?
morning. In the morning, dude, I'm just what it is. In the morning, I'll drink the coffee. I get fired up, and I
No, I
think,
love it.
yeah,
Don't
I know,
don't yeah.
I know you
I
do.
like this
Because
stuff.
when I first started working with you, though, I'll tell you right now, sometimes like your nickname could be like Eminem, like Moody Man, because you could, like I could look over at you and I could see just this is what, just so everyone knows, this is what we are. We're in the car driving, and a lot of times I get this look. And when I first started, traveling with you, it was a look of like,
It's like
there was a
this, isn't it?
lot of, yeah, there it is.
Dead stare.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
And
Yeah.
now,
Well, what is that?
and now, now I understand where I'm like, oh, maybe don't tell him about the time. He doesn't want to hear the story about when you saw Social Distortion and they opened for the Ramones. He does, maybe that's not the right story right now. And how much I love Stiff Little Fingers and the Misfits. You're like, yeah, and Jerry Only, and you're like, okay,
I'm
just,
already
and here I get.
I'm glazing out already.
This is what I get.
Yeah. Joe, can I
Okay,
be honest with you though?
go.
Can you go on? I do like the front better. But
Dude,
it's
I'm
weird in
not.
the back.
No,
Can you
no,
go?
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This is fine.
No, I'm
This
being
is.
dead serious. I'm being
No,
dead
you're
serious.
not. No,
Mike,
you're not.
Mike, be honest. Is this,
No,
in my opinion, I like the front seat better for Joe.
dude. There's
I mean, it
I,
is.
you look,
Mike.
it looks,
This is a
I
better
don't
shot.
know.
We
Don't
had to
make me go
settle
to
for
the.
this.
Don't make me go to the front seat, please, because then I can't set the thing up and I don't have it. This is great.
I don't know. I kind of like the front seat.
Mike?
I'm
Am I
just
going to
being,
the front seat?
It's I don't. It's Jim's show, man.
can I just do it for 1 second?
All right, hold on. Damn it. God damn it.
Joe, all right, come on. I'm kidding. Come on. He knows I'm kidding. What are you What are you doing, dude?
Yeah. Boom, done.
Thank you. No.
Dude, that's the only way that it can go, bro. There.
Yeah, I like
There.
that.
You wanted?
I like that because you look busy.
Dude, I am busy.
No, I know that. I like busy Joe. I like busy Joe.
They said you wanted to ask me something. What are you going to ask me?
I forgot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot what I was gonna ask you. I did forget. Now I want to do something though, and I
Okay.
want to do something with everyone here. I want all of us, and I told Mario, but I think we should all do this. And I want this as an assignment, like starting now. So the next time we get together, everyone has to play or submit their favorite, the video that they watched the most since the last time we saw each other. Do you think that's a thing? Like social
That
media,
could be
like
a
for
thing.
instance, like when we were just away, right?
The
Where were
Batman
we?
video. The Batman
Yes.
video.
This Batman video made me laugh.
Mike
So,
can find it. Mike will find it.
Mike, are you able to do that?
Looking it up.
Yeah.
And I think he's dressed as Batman to like entertain the audience, and he has a pole vaulting stick, and he's gonna.
Yeah, he
This is
goes
the
to
thing.
jump over him. I
He
found
goes
it.
to pole vault
Yeah.
over.
All
He
right.
goes to pole vault over a bull.
And Joe would always Joe, you do this one. You'd be like, I don't want to be Batman anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Batman anymore. Watch this video. Watch this.
Oh my god.
So
Here he goes.
he's gonna
Look at
pole
this. Here he
vault.
goes. Oh.
Oh.
Right now.
Oh.
Oh.
Look at this guy.
I mean, It's when
Why
he
is it
goes
so
over
late?
the bull.
Is
When he goes over the bull, at that point, that's where he's like, I don't want to be Batman anymore, because he's already knocked out when he lands. He doesn't even know he got. He doesn't even know he got
You think-
ragdoll.
play that again? Wait, you think he's knocked out when he land?
Oh when he lands, he's knocked out. He's
Yeah,
in the right. Okay,
right here.
fine. He's
All right,
still
stop.
out.
Boom.
He's out. Out.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because the way he lands on his body, he tweaked his neck and it knocked him out.
All right, now here's to answer
Yeah.
your question. To answer your question.
Yeah.
See,
Look,
like
he's out.
right. If we were in a debate right now, you get me like, so Mr. Brewer, you think it's funny that a bull tosses a human being? Did you not laugh? And you said because it was Batman.
Yes.
Yes, I did. Now tell me if this was a normal person. When I say normal, dressed, he's got shorts on, a t-shirt. Is that funny? But now that he is a Batman outfit, dude, it's
Dude, I'm telling you right now, it is still. I'll just go with this. If he has a pole vaulting stick to go over a bull, immediately
It's
I'm
already
laughing.
funny. It's
No,
funny.
and I'm telling you, no bat. If he does not have the Batman unit, like just doing
Right.
that, no cape, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Even doing that, you know what? If it's a college kid and he's, this is part of the fraternity party thing, I'm kind of laughing.
I'm totally
But-
laughing.
But when he lands, all right, now, boom, right there, I'm like, oh, shoot. Even right here, and no disrespect to this human being, I hope he's all right, but even right here, you're not in a Batman outfit. I'm telling you, I'm going to go, oh, shoot, dude, there's something
Yeah.
wrong with it. Like, he's out.
Yeah.
Batman outfit, I'm still right here. Pang.
The thing, okay, what you're saying, I'll say this. You're saying because he's in the Batman outfit, he deserves it. Yeah, dude, there you go.
I didn't say he deserves it.
No, I know.
I did not say no. I didn't say he deserves it.
I'm saying he deserves it.
You're saying he deserves it.
Oh yeah, I'm
Wow.
saying you deserve one. I'm saying this. I'm going on record. You have a pole vaulting stick. You're dressed as Batman. You're in with the bull. I immediately want the bull to win. And when he gets, I'm not even questioning when he's knocked out. I'm rooting for the bull. Like, yeah, dude, you come in with a pole vaulting stick, dressed like an idiot. Dude, I'm on the bull side the whole way to the very end.
Yeah, I am too.
Just
I
being
am
honest.
too.
Now I'll tell you this.
I know. Well,
when
that's
I'm
why I
not-
say it's funny. It's funny.
And why I'm not, and I'll tell you this: if it was like a guy and he was like, "Hey man, I'm gonna try to jump over the bull," I'd be like, "I don't know if that's a good idea." And then he goes to jump over, and then that happens. I'd be like, "Dude, that's a bummer, bro." Like if he had shorts on and running shoes and just a little tank top,
Yes.
I'd be sad.
Yes.
But because he's dressed like that with that stick,
Yes.
I want the
Yeah.
bull immediately.
And it's funny. It's funny. So anyway, that I want to each. We all gotta do that. We all gotta pick whatever video you
Got it.
watch. We'll say funny. It's got to make you laugh. It's got to make us laugh.
Dude, what
You
video
know,
when we were on?
we should open this up to the whole freaking to listeners.
Love it.
Anyway.
Oh my god. Hey,
That's what I like.
did you?
What?
You know what? I think the reason I'm here is Margo was telling me that you didn't know what happened at Warren when I settled, and she's like, Jim wants you to tell him what happened, because I told her, and she was like, I guess, did she mention that to you? So you kind of, or do you, I don't know. Are we talking about that, or is that weird?
Yeah, what happened?
I mean, okay, well, you kind of know what happened when I went to settle, and the guy took, okay.
No, I stop. I don't know. Like, are we going into I'm pretending I don't know what I'm talking about, or like what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, hey, if we're gonna edit it, we're editing it out. But regardless, or whatever, the reason I'm here tonight is.
Well, I
because
definitely
the reason
want to
I'm here-
talk about. Yeah, I definitely want to talk
cool.
about. But you
All right,
also
then you
have,
bring it in. Yeah.
We also have the video of it that you just did that we can use that too. Not for right here, right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
right
I'm
now.
sending that to the cartoon guy
So-
too.
So Joe and I just went on two different road trips. One was through Ohio and the Royal Oak Theater. You never played. That was like a rock concert. That place.
it's
That was
amazing.
nutso. So There,
Lima.
right, Lima, and this past run, and so so the past one, it's just so funny because as a if you're a viewer or just you're a fan, you come to a show and you watch an entertainer or whatever. Um, I would say most people don't even really give much of a thought process. What happens once the show's over? What exactly in your mind you probably have? Oh, uh, the show ends and they get in a limo and a jet and they're out of here and they're eating caviar and their feet are up and there's people rubbing their feet and it's a G-rated Diddy party. That's what I think most people will visualize. Where I think Joe and I may have one of the most boring backstage. Like we have water. First of all, our demands are water,
Water.
right? Coconut
Bubbly water.
water,
Coconut water. No sugar.
no sugar,
RX
no
bars.
sugar,
RX bars.
RX bars.
Hummus. Hummus.
So here's our backstage. It's pretty amazing. This is our health vibe right here. We get some organic hummus. We rock the carrots. We rock some celery. It keeps the body moving during the week. You know what I'm saying? And then got a lot of water because I've learned you got to be hydrated. I know I make a lot of jokes about not drinking water. You got to drink a ton of water. I like the bubbly water. That's what I like to rock. Then you got to roll into some, after show party. You're like, hey, I'm going to have a good time. It's a 6-pack. Nothing crazy. Not like, oh, I'm going to lose my mind. You got to roll in some wine because there's some class. Yeah, we're classy. There's 3 glasses. There's 3 dudes. We're hanging out. The thing that really keeps us going is the coffee. Because if we don't have coffee, the coffee's the glue. For me, coffee, I could be in a bummer mood and be like, oh, dude, I'm so sad. And then I take one hit of coffee. I'm like, you know what? Everything's going to be okay. That right there, in a nutshell, is what we're living on.
So it's not a big, but tell them what happened in Warren, Ohio.
All right. So
You
check it
can't
out.
even. This is
Okay.
this is not a joke.
No.
This is real. Like this really happened. Now,
Yeah.
you got to remember, Joe is the same person with the ghost thing that we saw. Mike, what episode is that? Do you know?
144.
All right. So if you just checked in, if you look at our episode, the Breuniverse episode 144, you see that Joe's a real guy. Just like we're all real people, like real emotions. That was the ghost one. Joe bugged out. He was convinced there was a ghost on the stage. I was messing with him. He's very easy to mess with. I knew there was no one there, but there is a dicky part of me that enjoys watching him like go, oh my God, it was a ghost.
Yeah.
Did you see the ghost? They're like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Knowing he's anyway. So Joe tells me this story.
Let me just set the table for a second. Jim's talking about me being on the phone for my son. So some of the viewers know, some of them don't. I've been in the music business since I was 15. That's how Jim and I met. He came to Side One Dummy Records to do a podcast for the dude from the Foo Fighters. We became friends. So like my whole background is music, and not just like, oh dude, I sang in a band with a mohawk. Like that's my gig. That's how I lived, and now my son is playing music, and as we've talked about on the podcast, he went through he's sober 3 years. Where he was 3 years ago, Jim, he was front and center for his ride. Some of the viewers know that ride. We talked about it on an episode once. So Nate's this amazing turnaround in his life. It comes down to a head in Warren, where all these record companies, Warner Brothers, Republic, he ultimately went with Republic. I'm on the phone, and you have people from those places calling, and you're negotiating, and you're lots of conversations. Jim's being great. He's listening to me the whole ride.
Bro, I'm like this. This would be like 2-3 hours, like an hour and a half.
It was like a 4-hour ride.
Yeah, Joe would be like this. Okay, well, okay, all right, well, I think the money's here, and then you got everything we want here. All right, you just told me that. All right, let me make some phone calls. Yeah, what's going on with you? Wow. Okay, they went up in the deal. So
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna tell them, hey man, we up in the deal. You don't like it? Oh my god, what? So I don't know.
And then
So
throw this in. Throw
this is
this in.
going on for like.
Throw this in. Jim's just driving, and then throw this in. I'm calling Nate, the 20-year-old artist, and I'm having to explain to him, like, all right, dude. And he's just like, yeah, like, tell him this. And I'm like, oh my God. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So that energy, and just so you know, that energy had been going on for like weeks. This has been going on since June. So Jim's been, front center to this whole entire ride.
Correct. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
No. And now we're in Warren. And
now, this is where I want to stop real quick.
Yep.
Real quick. Keep that energy. Joe at every venue shows up, and he's still 100 miles an hour. Joe gets out of the car. He's like, I need things. Here's the merchandise for the thing. Who's the thing? Okay. I'll be over there. I want to set up the merchandise. I want the shirts like this and the thing, and pop up the thing, and I put out that, and then let's count them out.
But I'm also cool though. I'm cool.
No,
everyone.
100%. Yeah. The point of the story is he's still being this energy, like, okay, something like that. Hey, can I call you in like 2 hours? Oh yeah, because I'm over here at the thing. So he's right here. Okay, we got the carrots, we got water, and we got the thing. I did the sound check. Everything okay? Everything good? Everything's great. So go ahead.
This particular show, as I always do, and just, regardless, I'm always like that when we roll in. I love broing down with everyone. Yes. I love knowing the sound man. I always pull the crew together. I learn everyone's names. I always associate their name with the singer of a band so I can remember it. And they always kind of laugh. Like, a guy will be like, all right, my name's Ron. I'll be like, Ronnie James Dio. Okay, that's how I remember your name. That's how I do it. And at this particular show, we were in this city. And the theater had been remodeled, and the owner of the theater was there, and his brother was working there, this big Italian guy. And then the guy that was running the show was this, this older, it's probably a guy in his like late 60s, early 70s. And he's like wiry, he has glasses on. And when I say wiry, he's on it. He's going a million miles an hour. He's got his shirt tucked in. And he told me he used to be a car salesman. And then, we're going, we're joking about that. And then they're telling me how Warren, up until 1981, there was 80,000 people there. It was happening in Warren, and then everything got sent overseas, and the car plant shut down, and the iron shut down.
The steel
and how
place,
they went the steel places. And we really bonded. Me and this guy bonded, and he had he had it together, and then his wife's gonna sell the merch for him.
And he used to be mafia. A lot of
mafia there, and then the guy doing sound, his name was Big Jim, and we were joking around with him, and I said, "Wow, I've never had a Big Jim friend, and you are a big dude." It was just a great energy, everyone joking around, just like I like to create.
Come on, get to the point,
dude. This is part of the point, bro.
I know.
Okay, all right, I'll get to the point. At the end of the night, the guy goes, "Hey, let's settle." I go, "Okay." Jim is on stage as he always is. My gig is to go settle, to go over all the paperwork. The guy goes, "Let's go settle." Boom. We go into the venue. Now he goes out of the front door. Okay, that's normal. Probably the office is down down in another part of the building. But now we walk down. We go into another door. Behind me, big Italian owner brother of the venue.
You left the venue. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're in the venue.
Yes.
Where do you go after the venue? Where does he bring you?
He brings me out the front door into another door attached to the venue to go to the office.
Okay. So now you're walking towards the office. I got you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and we go into this door that's in part of the venue. It's a huge theater. And when you go into these old theaters, there's a lot of hallways and doorways, and you can really find yourself getting lost in a maze of staircases and doors and hallways. So now, I can hear your voice. I can hear the laughter, but as I'm getting further and further away, it's getting quieter and quieter. And now I cannot hear you. I don't know where I am in the venue. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. We walk into a door. He opens the door. We walk in, and it's a long, narrow room. I can touch each side of the walls, but it's long. I walk in.
Is it a room or a hallway?
It's an office. It's an office, but it's like a long, narrow office.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they've made, you know, probably what it was some sort of, maybe, I don't know, offside dressing room or something, but you know, it's you know, it's nice. It's got 2 chairs, it's got a computer, he's got all his work out there, but you know,
Yeah.
it's long and narrow. He sits down, he's in front of me, behind me is Gorilla, you know, Italian guy. This guy, you know, he looked like a dude out of 1970s. You know, he's bald, he's got the mustache, he's got the nice collared shirt on, but like he's, you know, he's not really, you know, he's just smiling.
Did you see The Sopranos?
Yeah, I love it.
Which soprano is he?
Tony.
He's Tony?
Yeah, he's as big as Tony for sure.
But he's the Tony guy. Okay. All right.
He's not acting like Tony, but he's definitely as big as Tony. You know, he's like one of those big dudes. You know.
Okay.
You know,
All
like
right.
yeah. So he's behind me, and you know, as we're walking in, you know, as we're walking into the hallway or into the office, wiry guy sits down. The promoter that I'm settling with, so he's in front of me. Big guy's behind me. I don't think anything about it. I don't think anything about it till I look behind me, and like he's standing kind of, you know, there's nowhere for him to go, but he's in front of the door. So in front of me, the big Italian guy, I'm like, is he blocking the door? Or am I just kind of making that up? Because all of a sudden it's starting to be a scene out of like shipping off to Boston, you know, the Scorsese movie where like, you know, I'm like, wait a minute, like Jack Nicholson, the big guy. I'm like, wait, this is okay, whatever. I'm getting in my head. It's cool. We start settling the show. And as we're settling the show, and the wiry guy, the promoter, he's going through all the numbers. Okay, here's your catering, here's this, here's that. And as he's settling the show, he pulls out of his back pocket a pistol in a holster. Pistol in holster. Very key component. I love how you totally rush everything, and as soon as there's a gun involved, you just start laughing. I love you. I love you so much, bro. I love you. So as he pulls the pistol out, it's in his holster. Now, when he puts the gun on the table, he's not putting it on the table to like, oh, hey man, I was sitting on this, it's uncomfortable. He's definitely putting it on the table to let me know, hey man,
Right.
hey buddy, I just put a gun, a little 22 in, like, I'm letting you know there you go. I'm letting you know I carry. I'm letting you know you're not in California. I'm letting you know you're in Ohio. I'm letting you know that those 40,000 people that left and brought us down to 30, I'm fucking pissed about it. I'm letting you know, bro, that, you know, I'm letting you know who I am now. And I'm like, okay, so he puts it down. And he doesn't say a word to me. He just keeps settling. But the gun now is where the numbers are. So I can't even see the catering or the coconut water price because there's a pistol covering the numbers. And I'm like, okay, wow, yeah. Now we get to the end and there is, you know, an amount that is owed to Jim Breuer. And there's and he says to me, hey buddy. And he looks at me. I'll never forget. He looks up at me and he goes, I'm going to tell you something right now. I have never paid anybody this amount of money, and I've never, ever paid anyone this percentage of the receipts, and ever. And he goes, and this is what he said. He goes, and you need to make a decision. Do you want to deal with this? And he takes the holster, the little brown holster with the little clip and the pistol in there, and scoots it over. Or do you want to deal with this? And he has the check. So right away, I'm like, well, okay, so what am I supposed to do? Like, oh yeah, I'll take the 22 and we call it a night. Like, I didn't it was so weird. And I look down at the little wiry guy and he's just looking up at me like this. I look over at the Italian dude and he's just sitting by the door going like this. And he goes, so what? So he goes, what's your decision? And I go, well, being that, you know, there's a check here and, you know, I said, you can keep the gun and, I'm going to take the check. And I say, you know, I say we call it a night. And he just looks at me and he looks at the other guy. He goes, are you sure? And I go, yes, I'm sure. I'm going to go with the check. I'm going to take the check. And
what are you thinking at this moment?
Dude, this is the thing that's so messed up. I was so cooked from everything that's been going on in my life and just from the last, I don't even know, dude, the last 10 years, I was just like, yeah, sure, we got a gun on the table. It's just part of it. It's all right. Like, it didn't even faze me.
Okay. Gun.
I
I say we just take. Yeah.
I will take the check. And then they both look at me and I go, all right, so we're going to do the check. And then they both look at each other and they start laughing so hard. They are just hysterically laughing. And the guy, the guy in front of the door, the Italian guy, he leans in, he, kind of hugs me, and little wiry guy goes, man, you should have seen your face. You should have seen your face. Oh man, we had you. And I was like, and let me tell you the part, because I know what you're thinking. They go, we had you. And I go, okay. And I go, wow.
Okay.
I go, okay. And then, dude, you ready for this? You can't write this. This is a scene out of a movie. Then you can't write this. The promoter leans down and pulls out a bottle of like Crown Royal, some whiskey, and he has 3 shots and he pours 3 shots. So now there's money, there's a gun, and 3 shots of whiskey lined up. And right then I go, you know what, guys? I'm going to call it a night. We got guns. We got whiskey. I'm going to grab this check. They're like, don't you want your shot? I'm like, no, man, this is all yours. And they start laughing even harder, and they do the shots. And then they go, man, the guy goes, man, I really got you. And I was like, yeah. He goes, man, I was really hoping I was going to settle with Jim. And I go, really? He goes, yeah, we were gonna do this to Jim. I go, you're gonna do this to Jim Breuer? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, yeah. And they're both laughing. I go, I'm gonna tell you right now, it totally would have ended differently. And that's when they stop laughing. They go, what, it would? I go, oh yeah. Oh, big time. I go, dude, I get it. Make fun of the California alfalfa sprouts. Hey, bro. Hey, dude, I'm an easy target. I get it. Jim, I go, dude, I'll tell you right now, we would have all been on the news tonight. And they're like, what? And I just walked out. Oh, dude. Dude, when I say, dude, bro, I'm just saying this. That joke would have not, dude, come on, be honest with me. If they
no.
I know you.
No, that would have been very bad. It would have been really.
You would have been like, no. I know you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
dude,
would have been.
You.
It would have ended horrible.
I'm not saying it would have ended with, dude, I wouldn't have ended with violence or anything like that. I'm just saying it would have ended.
I don't know what it would have ended. It would not have ended it. It would have ended good. Not have. No, it wouldn't have been good.
No,
it would not.
Yeah,
have
that's
been
all
good.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you handled that. Yeah, I give you a lot of credit. I'm really not sure. And this stuff only happens to you. That's why.
Why?
It's.
You know what I'll say is this. A long time ago, I was in LA. I was walking on the street. I might have told you this story when we were touring, and a homeless guy came up to me. And I remember this. I was walking. I was completely by myself, and I was going to my car. There was no one on the street, and out of nowhere, this guy comes up, and he approaches me, and he's homeless, and he's like, "Hey, man," and I go, "It's one of those times where you're like, where the hell did you come from?" And he goes, "Hey, can you help me out?" And I go, I did the typical, "Nah, man, I'm good." He goes, "I'm asking you for some help. It's really hard to do this. If you could just give me something, I'd appreciate it, and then I'll be on my way." And I was like, it just sounded like I'm like, "Do I know you?" I said to him, I go, "Do I know you?" And he goes, No, we've never met." I go, "Okay." And I go, "What's going on?" He's like, he's kind of told me. I go, "All right." I go, "Dude, here's a 20 spot. Do me a favor, though. I don't know what you're going to use it for, but do something that isn't drugs, alcohol." He goes, "Thank you for saying that." And I said, "Hey, man, it's okay. You're going to get on the other side of this." And then I looked at him, and I'll never forget this, Jim. I go, hey, dude, can I ask you a question? I go, why me? Like, why me? And he goes, I don't know. It was your eyes. And I go, what are you talking about? I go, my eyes? I go, I looked pissed. Like, I purposely looked pissed and stared at you like, hey, bro, I'll throw down with you. And he goes, I don't know. It's just your eyes. And I was like, okay. And I know this. And now this is where everyone's going to send the email and all the bullshit. I got it. I went in my car. I'll never forget this. And I said, hey, man, thank you. And then I went to shut my door, from where I got my wallet to give him the 20 spot. And when I turned around, he was gone. Nowhere on the street. I ran down, looking down alleys, could not find the guy.
Who the f is that?
after that point, I was like, you know what? I don't know, man. Maybe just things are supposed to happen in your life. Like maybe those are tests from God.
No, you might be one of the. You everywhere you go, you bring a very
It's a
good.
test. I think it's a test.
Yeah, it might be. That's a really good test. I'll tell you what. You've
I
passed a
think I'm
really
in.
good test.
I think I'm in your life too. Sometimes I'm like, I'm in Jim's life just to test his patience. Like, oh shit.
Uh
I do,
you
because you're like an older brother. We're like brothers, and I can, like sometimes, like I can just, like I think.
Have you ever had a dream that you had you
And sometimes, dude, hey, sometimes you're, I think, dude, this guy's in my life because sometimes I write,
You're Mike
like,
Macklin.
no, because the other night, like even
I
when we
thought
were at the
about this. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the
I
other
thought
night,
about
okay,
this.
so I'll say this. The other night we were at the bar. Nate signed his record deal. High fives. Okay, you're like, let's go have a cocktail. We're going to celebrate. I said, okay, great. We
Yeah.
went, we sat down. I told you at that moment, I was like, you're like, what's going on with management? And I said, well, you know what, man? I got it this far. As we know, I love my son to death. But I'm not going to manage him. And that's just not healthy. I'm going to, and then you said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, well, now he's here. I'm going to get him set up there. And then you said, well, your real job's just beginning. And I said, what are you talking
That's
about? I
right.
got the deal. I did everything. And then this is where, I don't know, God puts people in your life, because I'm ready to get off at the train station. I'm like, I'm done. And you're like, no, dude, your job is going to be above the bigger picture to make sure he ain't going to the P. Diddy party, the bigger picture to make sure that, who's selling merch for you, dude, that guy's not a good guy. Hey, who's this guy wanting to, you know what, dude, I got a vibe from him. And dad, you don't even know. And I'm going to be the only one that can have those conversations with him, where I go, dude, just like I said to him the other day, hey man, you can do whatever you want, but if you want to know what I think, it's this. And then he goes, yeah, well, I'm not doing that. And then, an hour later he calls, thought about what you said. You're right. And that's my gig.
It's like walking into. Let's hope you never have a moment where you got to, because as all these people are slowly going down and all the false idols are
Yeah.
tumbling quickly at rapid speed now. At that age, think of anyone has 20, like a 20-year-old.
Dude,
If what?
can I now? I just gotta say this, because all
Yeah.
I'm gonna say is this: I've sat next to you in a car traveling for however many years, let's say 6 years, 5 years, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
You're the way that you talk to your three daughters, and I'm not gonna go into, like, I'll keep it private, but you have a relationship that is so different from each one of them. You have your oldest, your middle, and I would sit there in the other seat, dude, and I would get like, dude, man, like, I gotta fucking have a relationship like that. And it inspired me, because parenting, you can get lazy. I'm not calling them back. They're not calling me. I'm not calling them. You start playing that game, before you know it, a month goes by, 2 months go by. You haven't talked to your kid in 3 months, and it can go
Right.
that way. And the thing that I think each person's in. Who knows? But I'm telling you, at times when I've wanted to sign off as a dad, sign off, dude, I don't want to do this. I got your stupid little voice sitting in my head, like, is that really? Oh, okay, man. If that's what you want to do you think that's what you should do? And I'm, so there
Well,
you go.
I learned years ago, and I'm not saying it's the right way or the wrong way. I reflect a lot. Like I reflect
All the time.
nonstop, all the
Yeah.
time. So if I think about each one of my kids, or so right now, one is going to be 20, one's going to be 22, 3, the other one's going to be 25, or is 25, and blah blah. And then you got to think, even before that, when they were teenagers, you see their whole shift. Like teenagers' whole shift, they shift at a certain age. They realize, like, you're not the big king and queen that we thought you were and looked up to you, and they start finding all your faults and all that jazz. And then they go through an angry stage of it. But I think what I've learned is, as parents, especially teenagers and young people, we don't know how to talk to them anymore. But you wouldn't have a problem talking to my kids and telling them straight how you feel without acting like a dad. Or I had no problem talking to some of my best friends, like, and their kids, and I'll talk to them the way I'm talking to you right now, or one of my best friends, or someone I just care about, and it comes out so naturally and so easy. But we have such a hard time when it comes to our kids, and my wife and I talk about this. A lot of people say, I don't know if I can do that. People say, well, your parents are not supposed to be your friends, and I think
I
that's a gray area. That's a
it
very
is a
gray
great,
area
but
because if I want to be really good, if I want to know you, let's say, I got to talk to you like I'm talking to my neighbor's kid or someone else's kid that I really want to direct in the right way. And kids will let you in more. Like, people will let you in more. And wouldn't you rather them closer to you, even if you think some of their habits are really bad, whatever you can't stand, or who they date? And this way you have a closer eye, and then in time you can perhaps make life a little better for everyone involved. Does that make sense?
no, it makes sense. And what I'll say is this: I'll back it up. When I was the last 4 months of dealing with, of Nate and I getting, Nate and I working together to get the record deal, it brought us closer, and we had really real conversations and business conversations. And at one point, I was frustrated with him because he wasn't listening and he wasn't picking up when I needed him to. And he said, "Dad, just know this: everything you say to me, I know that you mean well, but for some reason, because it's you, I just don't listen." And I was like, wow. And he goes, and I know what you're saying. If it just was coming out of someone else, he goes, when I see your phone, when I see the phone ring and it's you, I immediately mentally switch. And I was like, okay. And he goes, I get it. I said, do me a favor, then don't have dad. And he switched my name to Joe Sib in the phone. I go, when I'm calling you, it's Joe Sib calling you right now. It's not your dad. And he was like, all right. And that kind of helped. But the thing I'll say
Yeah.
is, like, when I met the kid, or even when I met John Michael, like, I have conversations about, like, I've been able to say to John Michael, like, hey, man, the kid that sells merch,
Yeah.
that's come
Yeah.
on the road with us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's in college. There's been times he called me. He's like, dude, I just, I'm starting my own company. We're not doing this moving anymore. These guys, I mean, he called me, and I was
Yep.
so touched by that. I was like,
Yeah.
damn, like, he's like, you're the first person I'm calling. All right. So what do I need to do? Do I get an LLC? We want to get a design. We're going to get t-shirts. I'm like, whoa. He's like, we're buying trucks. I'm like, hey, let's not, I love your,
Well,
and he was
well,
there. And the same thing with James, the kid, him and I've had great conversations because I'm not his dad. I'm just an older dude.
Well, not only that, Joe, but what I thought was amazing with both scenarios, especially John Michael. I've known the kid since he was a little boy. Basically since he was a baby. He's my daughter's best friend. So, and they grew up across the street from one another, and the family. So you're the first adult that I've ever seen in my life that doesn't wave the finger at that kid.
Wow.
You not only don't wave the finger at this kid, because it's always heard his whole life from every angle. There's always some finger wavering at him, and I'm not insulting it. I'm not insulted. It's just what the kids. No one talks to him for what he wants to be. And not only did I gotta say, well, I know maybe one other person, but you were the first person that said, dude, I like we listened to a story of what this kid said in school, and I don't want to we could say some of it. No, I don't want to. I don't want to get in trouble.
Wait, is when he was talking about like what he does to get people when he
Yes,
throws
yeah,
the
blah,
parties?
blah,
Yeah,
yeah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
yeah, yeah.
Yes,
No,
yes,
it
yes.
was work related though. It was his, like, we threw this and we
Correct.
did that. Yeah, they raised money for their
Correct.
fraternity.
It's correct. They're raising money and put it there, and he
Yeah,
had these kids just acting like jackasses, right?
yeah.
But you were, and I'm sitting there just going, "Oh my god!" Like I'm amused because I remember that age, and I remember being a banana at that age. But you sat there and went, Bing, dude, this kid's gonna be a genius. Anyone that can do the things that he's got a brilliant businessman. This guy's gonna know how to manage it.
I was like, oh damn, this guy knows how to make money.
Yeah, he really does. He's
He
been like that
does?
since he's a kid. Since he's a little kid, he's been that way.
He's smart,
But
dude.
anyway, those are that's what that stuff. Real life stimulates me. That's what gets me going. But yeah, you're just starting with your son. Your son's hitting an industry where money looms over morality. Stardom looms over morality. Lust looms over morality. And the morality part is that's the conversation we had, and not in depth, but I was like, hey man, this kid, and I gotta say, I've noticed anyone that has a bright light around them, whether it's a young man or yourself or whatever, it's constantly attacked.
Yeah.
It's just like a big, it's like the moths are there.
Yeah. Hey kid, I heard you're working on a big deal, and you can do much. Don't listen to that. We're worth more, man. We can make you a star. I manage so and so. Their tongues come out. And that's
It's the oldest story since the beginning of time, man. You've been through
Since
it.
the beginning of time.
And
we're watching all that stuff unravel now, and hopefully he'll watch that closely too. But
oh my God, hey, I can't wait to I can't wait to hear about your trip, Jim. You're gonna have a blast, man.
Yeah, and then you and I are gonna have to start filming those scenes that we're talking about.
Oh, I can't, dude. Can I tell you right now? I want to come down in January next year. I want to set up shop at your house, and we got to film all those scenes.
In my opinion, Joe does these funniest, and I want to film it. It makes me laugh so hard. It makes me really laugh. It's just like, where can we play music? Are we allowed to play music?
No, you know what?
I bet you we can make them as TikTok videos too. TikTok videos will work, and Instagram and stuff like that. We'll be all right. We just might not be able to do it on YouTube. And I think it's more fun to watch it there anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
I mean, the only skit that we have, or the film that we have, though, there's one with music. The rest of them, though, like this weekend with the
That's true.
The pretzel salad candy thing. That's amazing. All the Hitman ones that we got, all the characters.
I love those.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We do it all the time. Like, we'll hit a place after the show, and we'll sit there and we'll have a real conversation, and then we just naturally go into whatever assassination that we had is just be part of whatever. It's like this whole fake movie running thing we got. That's
it's the characters. Yeah.
The characters are really funny. They're really funny.
I love it, dude. I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to come down next year and do it. And just, between Mike editing and they're just short, and I think the thing that we do too is we start doing, because there's like 3 different kind of movie ideas that we have of different characters, whether it's the musician guy, whether it's the hitman, and then also just the other stuff that we just start putting those out as 1-minute vignettes, and then sooner or later people are like, I want to hear more about what's going on there.
Yeah, I got an idea. Yeah, I have another idea too of the one movie idea I don't want to put out there. I talk about it all the time from the past.
Is it a movie idea we've talked about?
I've said it. No, okay. I've said it multiple times, and I said you'd have to play the guy.
Oh, I totally know what you're talking about. We can't talk about that.
I say maybe we do some of those scenes.
I'm telling you right now, if we started doing
those
what
they look like.
Yeah, that's
I think we should.
Dude, and between the thing I'm thinking is between Mike and the kid, it's like dude, it's not about like we need to rent the thing. It's just like, all right, Mike, how will this look? Hey, kid, how do we shoot this? All right, Mike, edit.
I already have 3 scenes. I already have 3 scenes. I already have 3 scenes for that movie that we're gonna do. I like that a lot. Okay. All right, we put it out there, so now we got to do it.
You're talking this character, right? You're talking this character.
Yes, yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
No.
do it. Don't do it.
All right.
Don't do it. All right, man. Joe, good to have you. Love you, brother.
Thanks, Jim. Love you, bro. Be safe. See you in November.
I love you too.
Later, you
Have a
guys.
good one. So, yeah, I'm traveling, getting out of here. I'm gonna turn off the Matrix. I'm gonna do my darndest not to even check to see what's going on. I'm sure it'll be everywhere. Everywhere. I remember when I went to freaking Tanzania. As soon as we land in Tanzania, we're in this little room, and on TV is, it's politics from the U.S. I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? I want all the screens off. Click, 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 click. All the screens off. Yeah. So I look to reboot that, and yeah, that was exciting hanging out with Joe. Joe's a really good soul. I hope you get a chance to go see him on the road. He's a very good human being, and crazy things do happen, and I really can't wait. I'm being dead serious. We're going to be filming stuff, maybe before January, but definitely January. And I'm not doing a lot of I haven't booked any shows next year, and I don't plan on booking things till I'm really passionately ready what I want to tour with. So there's a couple shows left for this year. Go to jimbreuer.com, and we'll see you out on the road. But yeah, those are going to be fun. I want to have fun filming stuff next year, and fun with the crew here. I think we have a really good crew on the podcast, and maybe we should start having a lot more fun with that. All right, you guys have a good one. See you next week on the Breuniverse.
Take a look around and what do you see? Lock the date down tonight, we're making history.
Hey, this is Jim Breuer, and I got my own Patreon page, and hopefully you'll check it out. Live comedy concert streamed once a month. Early access to the Breuniverse podcast every single week, and have bonus footage and bonus segments. I promise you I'm not going to let you down. Go check out my official Jim Breuer Patreon page, and I'll see you there.